National Broadcasting Company presents the National Football League. Today, from Cleveland Stadium, it's the AFC Divisional Playoff game. The New York Jets versus the Cleveland Browns. Brought to you by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. By the new shape of the Mercury Cougar. Mercury, the shape you want to be in. And by the U.S. Army, a place to be all you can be.
80,000 jammed Cleveland Stadium today as the New York Jets have come to town to go against the Cleveland Browns in this AFC Divisional Playoff game. Weather conditions, while cold, the playing conditions should be very good. Temperatures in the mid-30s. The field has been covered. It is a fast track. Good afternoon, everyone. Don Criqui with Bob Trumpy. The Browns come in on a roll. They won their last 5 regular season games en route to a 12-4 record, best in the AFC. They beat their last 2 opponents, Cincinnati and San Diego, by a combined total of 81-20. They're a big favorite today. Trump, what do the Jets have to do to upset?
Don, I think you just made the best point. The track is fast, and for the New York Jets, they need a fast track for Freeman McNeil. He, I think, will be the big factor for the New York Jets. 3 straight 100-yard rushing days. The reason he's so big is that against Cleveland, Wesley Walker and Al Toon, I think, are going to have tough days. They've combined for 135 catches and 20 touchdowns, but the 2 cornerbacks of the Cleveland Browns probably in tandem the best in the business. So you're not going to get a lot of yardage by the outside guys. You got to go to Freeman McNeil. Good footing is what he needs.
Well, Cleveland coach Marty Schottenheimer says to beat the Jets, you have to stop McNeil. And the Jets might use a lot of innovative techniques today in their offense to try to confuse a very solid in-position Cleveland defense. We're just about set to go with the Jets and the Cleveland Browns. And again, Pat Ryan will be the starting quarterback for the Jets. Called on to start last week in the AFC wild card game. He played brilliantly, directing the Jets from behind to a 35-15 win over Kansas City. His counterpart, the most celebrated newcomer in Cleveland sports in years, Bernie Kosar, now in his 2nd year, getting better game by game. The youngest starter in the NFL. He had the lowest interception rate in the league. Less than 2% of his throws were picked off. Kosar, with a very diverse passing game, he goes all over the field. It is a passing game primarily designed to go short. Joe Walton, the Jet coach, had an offense early in the season, as you know, Trump. It went deep a lot, but they took that away in the recent game.
New York Jets have been out of balance. Last week's performance against the Kansas City Chiefs, psychologically the best thing that could have happened for the New York Jets. For Schottenheimer, his guys were so anxious to play this football game, he basically called Friday's practice off because they were throwing snowballs at each other. They're ready to play.
Schottenheimer, whose team comes in with the best record in the American Conference, 12-4, counseled them yesterday that the closer you get to the pinnacle, the steeper the grade. Right now, the Browns are probably the American Conference favorite to go to the Super Bowl, since they would have home field for the next game also, should they win today, the AFC Championship game. They kick off by Mosley. A high-spinning kick goes to JoJo Townsend at the 9-yard line. Big open field strike. Coming down to make the hit for the Cleveland Browns.